Episode 5 of the 2022 Scuffle for the Shovel. We're in Concord, North Carolina at this event, 1v1, hosted by Queen City Kubb. This is the first stop in the inaugural Atlanta Kubb Tour, or the 2022 Atlanta Kubb Tour, whatever you want to talk about, or however you want to say it. I am Stu Gander. I am joined with my BT colleague, Sven Heikes. Sven, how you doing today?
Doing great, Stu. Looking forward to this. This is our second semifinal. We got Bob waiting in the final here for the winner of this match, so this should be good.
Correct. So we've got, last week was our first semifinal. Bob defeated Drew. This is our second semifinal. We're going to have Dan Corey out of Raleigh, plays out of Raleigh Kubb, against Mike Davids, who was our guest host last week. He seemed to be pretty fired up for this one. Mike Davids out of Queen City Kubb, director of this event, host of the event, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, that's our bracket. That's how it's shaked out so far. Shaken out so far? Shaked out? Shaken?
I don't know, Stu.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like your first day speaking English today.
It is kind of. In Norway, we say shaked out. I don't know what you guys say in the States. Here's our silver bracket, though, and that went by too fast for me to read. So Dan Corey, number 1 seed, 5-0-1 record. Only blemish is timeout losing to Drew, who's already out of it. Knocked off Dave Cantwell in the quarterfinal, and then Mike Davids, 3-2-1 record, number 5 seed, and defeated Jeremy Matson in the quarterfinals.
All you need to know about the silver bracket, Stu, is the Cuz is coming on like a freight train. That's all you need to know.
That seems to be the
in the distance.
Yeah,
that seems to be how he's been.
That seems to be how he's been going these days, these last few tournaments. So
he's in the beer zone. He's drinking local. He's on fire.
Always drinking local. And Sven, I don't want to get your hopes up or anything, but we've pulled the huge amount of revenues that the Kubb Corporation, this operation, receives from these videos. We've hired a satellite department, so we might have the satellite department on at some point for this one.
Okay, I thought we were dumping all the resources into logistics and graphics. So
no. They took a pay cut to pay for the satellite department.
All right. Well, before we get to that, who's your pick here? We got the upstart, his first 1v1, Dan Corey, who's the number 1 seed, versus Mike Davids, who's looking for his fourth straight berth in the finals for this tournament.
Yeah, Mike Davids also trying to get his name on the shovel for the second time.
I know. What's your pick here?
I think if I've learned anything out of these commentating these things, is you don't go against the person who's hot. So Dan coming in pretty hot, 5-0-1 on the day.
Depends on who you ask, though, Stu. I mean, Davids is pretty convinced he beat him earlier. So.
He was pretty. Yeah, he did seem to forget that one. But yeah. So Dan 5-0-1. Yeah, I'll go with Dan. You know, this one, I think I said the other semifinal was probably a 60-40. I'm going to guess this one is probably like a 55-45 type thing. And I don't know who that 50. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give Davids the edge on experience. Obviously, he's won this event before. He's been in the final the last 3 years. Looking for a meatloaf here. Let's see if he gets it. Nope.
Negative.
But that's a negative. But you can't deny Dan's run here. He's beat them all. He's beat all. He's actually defeated the last 3 champions on his way here to the number 1 seed. So
yeah, that's
I'm going to give him the edge there on that alone. But,
well, actually, that's not true. He's defeated 2 out of the last 3 champions on the way here.
Oh yeah, you're right. He tied Drew. My bad. Yeah.
So
and actually, in that match, Drew had him. Drew had lines in 3 straight turns. So
it was ugly.
He is 2-0-1 against past champions. So that's a pretty good record, and I'll still give him the edge on that alone.
And you know what? He's been playing. He didn't play in this tournament last year because he hadn't played Kubb.
I know that's the thing that's incredible, really, when you look at it.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So yeah, it looks like we got 3 in play. Dan up. People are starting out pretty good from 8. See if
That was a nice shot. That is. I'm surprised the committee didn't give him some thumbs up on a nasty blasty on that one. It was a sweet 3 with 1.
Yeah, he got a 1 out of 3. One of the 3 judges voted for
That's
a
it?
nasty blasty. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
pathetic.
if you get 2, it's a nasty blasty.
I know. I just can't believe it was only 1.
Yeah. Let me check the records. Hungarian judge.
The
Hungarian judge
yeah.
and Canadian judge. Both said no.
Oh. And who said yes? The Russian?
Let me look. Kazakhstan said yes.
Oh. Okay. Well, I agree with them on that
Yeah.
one. Struggling
Must be.
here is 0 for 4.
Must be some of your Kazakh background.
So this is one of those instances where I like to go away from the Kubb, and he did, but it didn't help him there. He threw 4 away at that first one, and then 0 for 5 is that's a tough it's hard to not capitalize on the 3 with 1 there.
Yeah.
It's gonna get in your head if you let it.
So Sven, hold on here a second. Let me play with some dials here.
Yeah, you
My
gotta
remote control.
tuning in the satellite department.
I'm working on it. Hold on. I gotta stand.
It's a work in
I gotta get the
progress.
extra tinfoil on the
I
rabbit
mean,
here.
if
Hold on a
it's-
second.
If it's anything like the logistics and graphics department, it'll probably take at least half the year to get this right.
Hold on. I almost got the tinfoil done. One second.
Yep.
Illinois, come in, Illinois. Can you hear me?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, look at that. Brett Bauer, Energy City Kubb, Batavia, Illinois, live on satellite. Brett, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I appreciate the investment in the technology to allow me to join you guys today.
Yeah, well, don't talk about it too much because the logistics department and they might get upset since their salaries were cut. But
Yeah.
we're happy to have it. So
Don't hold your breath either. We don't know how long this is going to last. but
yes,
Good to hear from you, Brett.
Same to you. Good to be here.
yeah, we're putting the satellite time on a credit card. So as soon as that credit card reaches its max, you'll probably get cut off. So
We pay the
Fair
bill in Kubb bucks. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see.
yeah. So Brett, you play out of Energy City Kubb, Batavia, Illinois. So first, I need for you to help me cure my ignorance. Batavia, Illinois. If I look that up on Wikipedia, does it say Energy City?
I believe it does.
Okay.
There's a big Fermi lab is there, and not exactly sure what they do there, but I know it affects the weather to some degree. And
Yeah.
then there's also a giant windmill, which is why our tournament has the windmill is the trophies. So I believe that is the name of the city. Is Energy City is the nickname. There's
Alright.
a brewery called Energy City Beer or something like that, and you see it pop up every once in a while in town.
And that tournament is the Illinois Championship?
Yes. Yep. Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. Nice. When's registration open for that usually?
Usually, I want to say in June. I'll have to check with George
Okay.
Sloan. He runs it, but it's usually early summer.
Nice.
And I think this will be the third one.
And you guys
Nice.
have usually a pretty big field there, if I remember. How many teams you guys get last year? You were in the 20s, weren't you?
Yeah, I think we were about 24, 26, mid-20s. Pretty
Nice.
good turnout.
Yeah, that's a great
Nice.
turnout.
That's real nice. You get people coming down from Wisconsin and Michigan and maybe Minnesota as well.
Yep. You see, I think the Kubb snipers come from the UP, so they might be the furthest. A good group of people from Northwest Illinois and Wisconsin. A few people from Eau Claire, and then we have a pretty good local turnout for our league that plays every week, but not too many of them travel. So it's their chance to play in a tournament once a year outside of what we do on a weekly basis.
Oh, nice.
One of the best team names won that last year, Stu.
What was that?
Goose and Pup.
Goose and Pup.
Yep, it's Dave Giese and Ethan Forney.
Oh, I was gonna say, I've had enough of these animal names in Kubb. I don't know where all this stuff is coming from, but I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never gets old to me. So.
Well,
yeah.
Goose, maybe Dave and I should team up sometime as a gander and him as a goose.
Yes,
Kind of makes
that would
sense.
be fantastic, actually.
Yes.
Should
I
run
think that
by
has
him.
to happen now.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
kind of does have to happen at some
You
point.
should talk to him about the East Coast Championship.
I'll see if he wants to team up and ride his coattails to victory.
He is a good player, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So who are some of the top players out of Batavia?
George Sloan is up there. He's pretty darn good. Brian Belling, Scott Kent, and then we got a guy named Dan. I don't know his last name. He plays out of he's from Downers Grove.
Ivanuk?
No, he doesn't. Dan Ivanuk is awesome. He doesn't make it too often. It's a bit of a hike for him. But out of the guys that show up regularly, that probably covers it. It's interesting. So when we started, Scott and George had learned the game, and I'm trying to think of who came and taught him, and you guys would know the name better than me. I'm blanking on it. He runs a tournament in Beloit, but he's
Evan?
Yeah.
Fitzgerald.
Evan Fitzgerald?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
By
to
the
learn
way,
from.
Speaking of team names, my all-time favorite team name, I believe Chris Jones out of Minnesota had this team name at some event, was the Wreck of the Evan Fitzgerald. All-time favorite. I think that was just classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's great. So those guys had probably played about a year before for most of us signed up and had learned, and now a good amount of us has probably played through 2 summers. Kind of sadly aligned with COVID.
Yeah.
So it's really leveled the playing field, and a good amount of us have probably played now in a half dozen to a dozen tournaments and have traveled a little bit, and we play a random draw, best of 3 or 3 games a night, and we randomly draw it, and then we rotate the casting. So it's really done a great job of improving everybody's skill level and kind of keeping a level playing field when it works out. It's been a lot of fun.
And does George run a what do you call it, where you got a different partner every match? What's that called?
Scramble.
Scramble. He runs a scramble tournament somewhere, doesn't he?
No, Andy Trevier runs this scramble
Andy.
tournament. That's about an hour west of where we are in Sterling, Illinois. I think that's
That
June
was
4th this year.
It was in
That's a real
June, yeah. That's the same date as the East Coast Championship this year.
Right.
Oh, I see.
So
So
we're
Sven,
busy.
you
We're
get out
busy,
to
Stu.
Batavia? Is Batavia on your
On the
scouting
recruiting?
schedule this year?
I'm hoping it will be. I know Bob's looking at that one pretty hard, so hopefully he can make the trip out to Batavia for the Illinois Championship. Clearly he's busy for the Scramble.
Yeah,
but,
they've got some sweet trophies.
I do like
guys-
the trophies.
Yeah, with the windmill on it. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's a pretty cool trophy.
Definitely.
So I've got no idea what's going on in this one.
We're stuck at 4, Stu.
Yeah, it looks
We're
like there's 4
deadlocked
in
at
play.
4, and we're going nowhere fast.
All right.
So
Sounds like I haven't missed much then. Perfect.
you really haven't. It's just we're both kind of on the struggle bus here. We can't really make any ground. Hopefully.
So what's the problem here? Blasting, 8, drilling? What's the
Literally everything.
Oh,
We've gone
okay.
through some spells at 8s. We've gone through some, some throwaways at 4s, some rough groups. Hopefully, he just clocked one off, but looks like he gets a rethrow on that one.
Bit wood on wood action.
Yeah, you think you do it the first time, you might want to avoid it the second. He lucked out on the second one, though. Lucked out on both of them, actually. Did push that one a little bit farther out. Stood that one right up.
Yep. So we'll talk about conditions a little bit, since we seem to talk about that every episode. The Concord, North Carolina, we're just outside of Charlotte. So for the middle of January, actually it's probably a little cold for the middle of January, but
It's
it's
a little
still
below average.
Yeah, it's about 45 degrees or so today. So I think there are
Nice
some
double
people
there.
here. Yeah, that was a nice double. Some people here hardier than others. Not much wind to speak for. If there is any wind, it's coming in Mike's face right now. Up in his face.
Meatloaf chance right now. It's got 3 at it. See if we can dial one up. We've been missing the loaf lately.
Oh, I'd love me some loaf.
I think you've got all versions of apparel represented: shorts, short sleeves, long
Well,
sleeves.
yeah, you have to. understand that Nick Bartlett, the guy in shorts back there, he never wears pants. We're not even sure he owns pants. So there's one.
Yeah, I've known Dan or Nick for 4 or 5 years now. I don't know that I've ever seen him in anything besides shorts. So good for him.
No, I certainly haven't either. He is. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, even back in that cold year in 2018, he's out there with the. He does do the pouch for the batons to keep them warm, so that's a good move. But he's got 100 main score, so that always helps his
absolutely.
cause. He has a fantastic main, Brent. I mean, it's absolutely glorious. It's one of the he lets that thing go. It's like Fabio, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Brett. I don't know what your hairline looks like, but mine has seen better days, way better days than today. And every time I see Nick's hair, oh man, am I jealous?
Oh, it's so good. Of course, cousin Dave won his hair in a match earlier.
That's true.
So that was pretty cool. But he needs it too. He does. It's just facts.
I could.
Hard-hitting facts here, Stu.
Maybe I'm gonna. Maybe I'll dial up Dave and say, "Let's play for the hair right now."
right, meow, as we say.
Right, meow. Yeah, whatever that means. Dan looks like he's got a nice little drill here.
Yeah, he does.
5 in play. All right,
5.
Let's get something going here.
This could be 2 if he hits it. He's got to hit it though.
This is the one where I miss one, then I hit the one in the middle without touching anything else.
Yes.
Magically.
Yeah. How that always happens, I have no idea, but yeah.
5 batons later, somehow I've hit them all, but one's still standing.
Yeah.
That's been fun. We've been playing through the winter, so we've been playing in snow and ice, and we've kind of got a steel drum fire, and so that leads to one side of a couple of the pitches being a little bit more thought out than others. But you've seen some things where Kubbs have gone back 2 or 3 feet. They've spun around like a figure skater.
Oh yeah.
And
Dan, he's got the loaf in hand.
Yeah, Dan's got a meatloaf working here.
I
want to talk about this your league here. After we see some loaf here, or maybe some turkey. Yeah. Oh, that's a turkey.
Big turkey. Graphics department got it.
Oh, look at that.
That's a militant turkey.
Little Saddam Hussein turkey there. Thing. So Brett, you guys have a league on Tuesdays. So first of all, I don't think we've talked about this. You'll have to refresh my memory. But Batavia, Illinois, bit outside of Chicago, correct?
Yep, about an hour west.
All right. So you guys have was it a Tuesday night league?
Yep, Tuesday night. Thursday's the alternate in case of bad weather, but every Tuesday. We're trying to play every week.
Is there such thing as bad weather? You guys seem like you're out there in pretty much anything.
I think we've moved it twice, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's snow on the ground and you're still playing. I mean,
-15. We moved that to Thursday.
Oh.
That's a good move.
Because it was only -5 on Thursday.
It was, we've got a nice we traded a case of Busch Light for a steel drum and then a second one for the guy to drill some vents in the bottom of it, so it really does lead to pretty good heat.
What's a case of Busch Light go for these days?
I'm not sure.
$20 maybe?
I'm guessing closer to 10. Yeah, it was a great deal.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the grass looks like in the spring, but it's really working out for us so far.
Nice. Yeah, so real quick, I just saw the final come across the bottom in the silver bracket. Dave Cantwell continues his hot streak in the silver bracket, knocked off, I think that said Jeremy Matson. So Dave Cantwell will be playing in the finals for the mini shovel.
Freight train, Stu.
Freight train.
Choo choo. Keystone Kubb is coming for them all. We want all the shovels.
Oh, that's true.
We're in the finals.
Keystone Kubb is in the finals for both a big and small shovel.
Yep.
I think Mike just picked up a 5 there, but they seem to be all over the place.
Is it 4?
Yeah, Mike's in trouble here. I mean, Dan's baseline clear.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, it was.
He pretty much has to win this turn in order to have a decent chance, unless he gets some lucky breaks by Dan on the next one.
Yeah, now I was gonna say now he's got to go single, 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 and now he's got to go pick up a double somehow, and that doesn't look like an easy double.
It's not there.
Yep. Now he's got to Go for the Hail Mary.
No double here. You calling it over?
Yeah. Yeah, that's over.
Over.
Yeah, I think Dan probably gets a pretty nice drill here.
Yeah, you got a sweep.
You're not all over it with the advantage line, but close.
Yeah, that last turn by Dan, he got 5 with 2, threw away 1, so he had, and then he got the turkey on the 3 he had left. So I mean, you're not gonna. Obviously, if he hadn't thrown away 1 there, he'd have a king shot, which would have been sweet. But
I would like to see what the percentage of the win percentage is when you get a turkey. I gotta believe it's pretty high.
I would think it's pretty high. Win percentage when your baseline clear is pretty high as well, especially with advantage line. So
yeah, I'm going over.
This should do it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, he'd have to.
A catastrophe like multiple penalty coups, I would think.
Yeah, he's gonna have a couple.
Can't be scared of the penalty.
Is that how you play? You play your gunslinger? Your gunslinger, Brett?
I can cast to 3 feet, 11 and a half inches, the best of them, or meters. The minute I have to get to 4 meters, it just takes off on me.
Oh, no.
I don't know why it is, but I can stick it just short of the line and just right to the line. But
there's always that feeling when you have a penalty coup or a rethrow, and you throw it up in the air and you immediately see that it's going to be short, and you just go, "Ooh," and it doesn't ever make it.
I can't be scared of 1. It's when I get a couple of them that then it's a problem in the same throw.
Depends how your 8-meter game is. So Sven while recording these commentaries, he's kind of convinced me to be more
conservative. I think
conservative, reserved on my rethrows. But that was what makes Kubb great, is you do whatever works for you, you do it. So
yeah, I know I used to be much more aggressive, and then started to realize that penalties are costing me matches. So
the main reason I don't like to, I've been a lot more conservative, is that generally my 8-meter game is the weakest part of my game, and so I don't want an extra 8-meter to throw.
It's at least a baton penalty every time you throw one.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's just the batons are so it's a precious resource, and I mean, you're always going to be better off with a Kubb at least somewhere near the group rather than in a penalty somewhere else. So even if it's not the best throw, you never know what can happen. If it's within striking distance somewhere, you might get it. Looks like he's going to have 2 king shots here if he can just pull off the single.
I think so. All right,
there we go.
This one's over. So Dan,
it's taking game 1.
Yep, that's 2 out of 3.
I think these 8-meter numbers are going to be a little rough.
You think so? Well, not Dan. Dan got.
Oh, he had the turkey, but he was like, he went through a big dry spell there in the middle. So I mean, he's still 33%.
Yeah, 1.2 and 33. Mike David's 1.1 and 21. I know 21 is not what Mike was looking for. He'll have to pick it up, and then of course the advantage line.
Blasting numbers are pretty much identical, and they both got about the same number of 8s too. So I mean, that's even. They just need to knock them down.
Yeah, and not give any advantage lines.
Sure.
1.8 from the advantage line. So Dan Corey with wins game 1. Needs 1 more to get into the finals in his first ever Skuffle. It's a rookie. It's a feel good story. That's what
it is. A feel good story. I mean, it's. I don't know. Have you ever played in the 1v1, Brett?
No, I was actually looking at a few this year, and I was going to ask you throughout the broadcast here for some etiquette tips, because it seems some guys are helping other guys out a little bit more. And
usually
helping, and
usually it's a good form to just go and help. I usually like to pick up their batons, let them deal with the Kubbs, but try to help them out with the batons, get them in order. It's nice. It's a lot to do all by yourself. So it keeps things moving a little quicker.
Sure.
Especially when you're on a time limit, like we aren't now, but we are in the qualification rounds. But yeah, no, I mean the 1v1 is just. We said it earlier on. I think maybe the first broadcast here of this event that it's kind of like the if you're familiar with cycling at all, in the time trial, the individual time trial, they call it the race of truth, where the 1v1 in Kubb is kind of like the Kubb, tournament of truth. There's no way to hide. You can't hide any of your weaknesses. Your weaknesses will be exposed, and it's good to learn about what you do well, what makes you comfortable, uncomfortable, because you don't have a teammate to lean on. You don't have a teammate to kind of take some of the shots. If you go cold, you got to work your way through it. So it's a good way to kind of learn where you're at. And I think we've all been impressed with Dan as far as this is his first 1v1. He's only played Kubb for 9 months at this point, and he's looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I've played in a virtual league, as you know, which was helpful to. I mean, it's a little different playing in my backyard and not in person, but
yeah, I'd say the big difference. The big difference with that is it is in your backyard. That's one thing, but it's also just kind of one match a week, so it's not. This is it's a grind because you got to play all day, so it's. You're playing. Just play that one match a week. That's great. Practice is good experience. Definitely, there's no doubt about it. But when you start to stack these up, it becomes a grind mentally to see who can stick with it. Mentally and physically, really. I mean, you gotta. It's a lot of time on your feet. A lot of shots. So, I think that's the big difference. And also virtual. I don't know. I always like it better being across the pitch from somebody, kind of, look them in the eye.
Intimidation? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, get them an idea where they're at.
Give them a little bit of. So, do you give them the stink eye, the crook eye,
a little bit of all of it? A little bit of
all of it.
Okay. Yeah,
that's why you're a pro.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing.
When it comes to etiquette, what I say, I always as soon as my turn's over, I go and pick up whatever it is, just because. I think it's a lot of work if you're. It's a lot of work playing 1v1 anyway. I mean, you're carrying around all these batons all the time and whatever, throwing a lot of shots, and I always go pick up whatever's out there, and we all pile them up and then. Sit there and wait. But I think that's, for the most part, what most people do.
Yeah, it just depends. Like in this case, Mike didn't really have to help. There's only really 2 batons there and a couple cubes, so everything else was already beyond 8 anyway. So what difference does it really make? But as you get farther in the game and more pieces in play, it's like, all right. Early on, it's not as big of a deal. You're kind of just kicking things around, but.
Dan with a nice little drill there.
Yeah,
looks
nice
like
job.
it.
So it's got to go back. That front one looks like it's got to go back. Can't really tell since we're not on the line, though.
I noticed when both guys only had to drill one, they went 4 meters. I don't know why my partner hasn't killed me yet, but he lets me go deep with it. And I think I've gotten the double maybe 3 out of 100 times.
Really?
We've always cleared it, but the double, when it works, it's so great.
Yeah, but how many times do you miss the shot on your first baton, though?
Generally, we clean it up, but it's the double we don't get.
Yeah. So, I mean, I always look at it, and with everything in this game is percentages. So, like, the percentage that you're getting that double are so low. I like my 8-meter percentage much better. And so I like my percentage at 4 much better. So, I'm going to hit that 4 hopefully about 99% of the time. So, I'll take it, maybe get a runner. And a lot of times what you'll see, I know we've seen Bob do it. I think Drew's been doing it lately. We've seen Joe and JR do it out of Michigan. Well, with 1 in play and a baseline full on that first turn with 4, they'll group it on the other side just to see if they get a runner on the other side.
I was just going to mention that because Dan, with 1 in play, I think is drilling to his normal side. And that one looks like it bounced right over the top. Yeah, and I think I've seen a lot of people when there's 1 in play drilling to the other side lately.
Looks like Lee's headed to the final.
Yeah, so the other semifinal in the silver bracket, Lee Northrup heading to the silver bracket final again. Lee, I believe, has his name on the mini shovel 3 times. So he is
He's got some experience.
he is in his wheelhouse right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does that bounce out?
I think it's gonna slide in there.
Yeah, it looks like
He seems confident in it. Dan's gonna look at it, but
Yeah.
Mike didn't even bother looking.
No.
So must be. He was
Looks
pretty
like it's
confident
in.
it was good.
Yeah,
So-
I realize it's not a great move, but I got to tell you, when it works out,
Oh, I'm sure it's thrilling. I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's
I mean,
well, that's one of my favorite shots in all of Kubb, the runner or the.
yeah.
So
Like that.
here's something I was
that
thinking
one.
about
That was
today.
a nice shot. It was
Almost.
close.
Yeah. So here's what I was thinking about today. So I call it when you hit a field Kubb and the Kubb goes back and takes out a baseline. That's a runner. What do you call it when it's not the field Kubb that goes and takes out the baseline? It's the baton. What is that called? I think I usually just call them both runners. But
Yeah.
I feel like the baton shouldn't be called a runner.
Well, yeah. You should ask Drew. He's really big on the coming up with this lingo.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like a.
He'd
Van
probably just
Halen or
call it a
something.
Drew. 'Cause, you know
It's
how
a Van
conceited
Halen.
he is. He'd be
It's
like,
an-
"Oh,
it's an
that's called a
Eddie."
Drew." Yeah, cousin
Yeah.
Eddie, cousin Eddie.
I don't know. Yeah, I
You
mean,
want
I
to
usually just call them
people
both
to
runners
start
as well.
Cousin Eddie.
So I've actually heard, I think, and I know you hate animals, but I think I've heard that kind of called like a squirrel. Like, you know how squirrels kind of flit around and run and kind of helter-skelter? That's kind of what a baton's doing in that case.
You know what? I kind of like that.
Call it the Kyle.
I like the squirrel. I like
Yeah,
pick
it's
him
like
up a squirrel.
It's a squirrely double.
We'll have to see if the graphics department have any images of squirrels. I'm sure they're very hard to
We
find
know
on
they
the
do actually. We
Oh yeah,
dug-
they do. Yeah.
If you dig back in some of these old episodes, Brett, back at the East Coast Championship, we went pretty deep on the squirrel dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, we went
Yeah.
deep. It was in an episode during this. I think it was the quarterfinals of the East Coast Championship last year when it was the Squirrels versus Crack and Kubb, and Crack and Kubb for the match went 4 out of 40 from 8 meters. So we were kind of stuck for a while. We had nothing else to talk about, so we were just talking about squirrels and Kraken and all sorts of stuff. But turns out Drew actually ate squirrel in college once. I found that out. It's
Or
not
he
you.
did. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's your
Drew ate
heathen. It's your
squirrel.
heathen cousin did it.
So, so Brett, squirrels in Batavia.
Yeah, what color
are they?
Ooh, that's a good 8.
brown, I think.
Brown.
See, there you go. Did you know that squirrels across the country are all different colors?
I have
You
read
know
about red ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Red ones. There you go. There's another new one.
Lighter.
I've heard of red ones. Squirrels in Ohio are black.
Oh yeah, black. That's
Squirrels in Pennsylvania are gray.
Squirrels in North Carolina are gray, and then squirrels in
Zorro squirrels.
Charleston, South Carolina, Zorro squirrels.
Yes.
They're gray, and they've got like a little black bandana around their eyes, like Zorro. Zorro squirrels.
Dan really could have taken control there. Mike was in disbelief with his misses on the last time.
Definitely.
Dan only came out and got the 1-8. If he had gotten 2 more,
Yeah. He
wrote.
definitely. We're kind of stuck here. Mike.
This is where we got stuck
find
the
it.
first game too.
A
4
little
to
bit.
play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of both a little bit icy. So hopefully this drill doesn't look like it's anything Mike's writing home about. But who knows? Maybe he can get it in 3. Or that was a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points.
You write a lot of letters home about your drilling, Sven.
I actually do.
Do you?
Well,
I mean, I know
in Sweden, they care about that kind of thing.
But they also
So.
don't have internet, so I
They
think you have to
don't.
write letters, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Dear Mom, you wouldn't
Dear-
believe this blast I had today.
It was one to write home about. That's why I am.
I know. That's exactly it.
But yeah, I doubt David's writes home very much. Maybe he texts home.
You think so?
Yeah, well, he's not going to about this group. That was 4 with 5.
Yeah.
So he needs an 8 right here. He needs to put this down. in the worst way.
Yeah. So if it comes down to the
Is
stalemate
this shirt
and then somebody.
Is this shirt a Magic Eye? Remember those Magic Eyes from the 90s?
Hold on. Let me go.
I think it's a goose.
Yeah, let me cross my eyes.
Or a squirrel.
Yeah.
You know, I was never
I could
able
never
to do
do
one
it.
of those.
Nah.
Even to this day, I've never been able to do one of those. And everybody acts like I'm an idiot. They're like, "Oh, just
Like
cross
what?
your eyes or just go
Dude.
out of focus."
Yeah, I could
Can't you
never-
see it? No, I've never
No.
done it before.
No, it's a skill I don't have either. Well, how about you, Brett? You good with Magic Eyes? You know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I had one, and I could only do it if you like stood right next to it and then slowly backed away. And
Yeah.
then every
Tried
once in a while, I would catch it, but I'm not missing them. They
Yeah,
did not
no.
come out.
Yeah,
I had a buddy who we all sat around and none of us could figure it out, and then all of a sudden it clicked, and he would be like, "All you got to do is put it in front of your face and then move it back." And I sat there for 20 minutes, like I don't know, I don't see it.
Sailboat is a schooner.
Yeah,
Sorry, all rats quill.
Yeah, I think there's something in that shirt that David's is wearing. It must be, since none of us can see him, we're not going to know. But I'm guessing it's some sort
probably
of animal in there.
something subliminal. It's
Mm.
probably
Yeah.
if you cross your eyes and then read it backwards, it says, you suck at Kubb or something.
That's a big picture of Meatloaf.
Oh,
That's a. All right. Single.
What's Dan got,
3/8.
guys?
Let's go.
Single, then 3 in hand.
Yep.
If you can't pick up.
We need to see a Meatloaf.
That
I'm
was almost a squirrel right
That
there.
was almost a squirrel. I think we need to see a Meatloaf. That turkey was fine and all, but I'm missing the loaf.
Yeah.
now, will the graphics
he's got it
department
too.
put up a picture of a meatloaf or of Meatloaf?
Meatloaf, the singer.
The man. Okay.
Oh, the man.
Oh,
The
it's
myth. The
oh,
legend.
you got to dig through the old videos, Brett. What we found out is the graphics department spends all day digging up old Meatloaf pics from
Google
the images, from Google Images, and let me tell you, we've never seen the same one twice, and we've been doing this for what you say, 24 hours worth. It's
Yeah,
like
24
a
hours.
lot of time.
Yeah,
So,
Brett, when you have some free time, just Meatloaf, or
Google.
Meatloaf, and then click on images. Deep. Woo.
Deep.
Man, it goes deep.
0 for 3 there from
Yeah.
from Dan. We are stalemated
Still
here at
stuck in
4
four.
cubes.
Ooh, that was a couple too many
Yeah,
boxes there.
from the looks of that draw, you would think it's like you guys playing on the ice, but no, conditions are good here today.
Yeah, conditions.
Yeah, I
pretty
think
good.
so. Kubb on the Pond was last Saturday. I couldn't make it, but it looked like it was 0 to 14 degrees throughout the day.
What are you looking into the future here or
Yeah,
something?
exactly.
Oh.
Last
Yeah.
Saturday. You got a DeLorean?
Sorry. Satellite jumbled my calendar. My bad. Bad transmission. That was for the other satellite.
Hanging out with Doc Brown? Like, what are we talking about here?
Oh,
I checked.
4
Cube in the
degrees.
Pond's about a
I
month
gotta
away.
tell you, I've played a lot of Kubb in Norway. I stay inside when it's 4 degrees
Mhm.
out. It's a little too rich for my blood.
This is when you do your curling.
Yes.
It's
Working on,
curling and-
Yeah, we're gonna take home the gold. That's what we're going for at the
I have a
Olympics.
feeling that your country's taking home a lot of medals.
Yeah,
yeah.
Al,
for the
I think you're gonna win the medal count. I can feel it. It's
You
gonna
know,
happen.
we're big into the ski jumping, the
Cross country skiing. What's the
yeah.
one where you cross
was
country
gonna
ski
say-
and then you target shoot? That one's my favorite.
Biathlon.
biathlon. Yeah.
I like that one.
Norway.
I'm glad
owns
you
that
said
one.
cross country skiing because I was about to say, the one where you're on the skis but you're not skiing, you're like jogging. Yeah, that
Uh,
one never made any sense to me. Like the cross country skiing. The skis, they're like these little toothpick things.
did
like,
you ever? Did your parents ever have a Nordic track?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think all of our parents did. This is like, why? they never once. I can understand, like, you have a stationary bike, a treadmill, fine. And they go out and they run, they ride a bike. You never You're like working muscles you're never gonna use as
Yeah.
on the Nordic track. Like unless you live in Minnesota or something, nobody cross country skis.
Yeah. Seems like it's just
It's like what
like
you do.
going uphill in skis to me seems like
Hell on earth.
yeah, excessively difficult work. Yeah.
Is that a penalty there? No, rethrows. See, we're not even, too much talking about Nordic tracks. You're not even paying attention here.
Yeah, my
snowshoeing.
parents had a Nordic track, most expensive clothes hanger they ever owned.
Yeah. I went snowshoeing for the first time just last week, early January, and I don't get it.
Yeah, that's another one that I'm not sure I would understand. I think actually I'd just fall over a lot. I'd be like, what are these tennis rackets doing on my feet? I keep
It
falling
just made
over.
walking harder. It didn't do
Yes.
it didn't do anything else.
Uh-oh.
boy,
Uh-oh.
penalties.
Shoo, back production department on their game.
Yeah, I thought maybe we lost the satellite again, but no, we're still good. I think the Nordic track was the Peloton of its day.
Yes, probably.
I think
they still make them, or
Do
like Nordic track. The
I thought you
company.
could only get them at like yard sales and stuff.
Oh,
These days, yeah.
2 field goals.
Yeah, he's winding up pretty quick here. He needs a double. He's got one left, right?
Yeah.
It's there. Oh, he got a nice shot.
No, that was pressure.
Pressure clear.
Double. That's big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing at the back row. That's tough.
No, we're at a stalemate here.
Yeah, nothing on the back with only 5 in play. I'm sure he was looking for more than that. Dan, we've seen
That's
him.
right. There's the graphics department's wrong here. There's 4 in play. Or is there a penalty somewhere? Because I'm looking at 6 on the baseline.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe there is a penalty.
Is there an
I'd tell
extra cube somewhere? Because he just threw 5. I'm looking at 6. Is there 11 cubes in this game? What are you talking about?
Maybe
He
that's
just
why
threw
it's
5.
You want to make the game tough.
Somebody needs to get on.
Over.
Quick, Brett, get in your DeLorean. Let's go catch some cubes. What's the deal? Why do we have 11 cubes?
I don't know.
Right, there are 5.
No,
That's
I think
where-
there's only 4 in
6.
play.
No, he's grouped out 5. I swear. Watch.
2,
All right.
3,
That looks like 3.
4, and
4,
5.
5.
There's 11.
All right, I don't know what's going on. What did they pick one up from the pitch next door?
I bet Cousin Dave slipped one on here.
It could be.
In the background, they're laughing.
Cousin Dave was
So
probably
there's 2 left.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, I got no idea what's going on then.
How the
Unless
heck?
that's a cup over there. No, that's not a
No,
cup.
those are cubes.
Yeah,
Just
I have
throw
no
it at it,
idea.
right?
Mike needs to just give up on this one. This is like the extra one. He's like, enough. I'm gonna hit down. It's the last thing I do.
Boy.
Oh,
AC.
well, definitely no penalties if he's throwing.
No, there's not a penalty. There's just extra cube in play. These guys, you know what? Regular cube isn't hard enough for these guys.
No.
We
Yeah.
need to earn it. We're going
Yeah.
11 cubes.
I'm gonna go ahead and call this Extreme Kubb. This
Take
is
a look-
gonna be in the X Games. 11 Kubb
We're
in the
gonna
X
step
Games.
up the cons next. Only
Yes.
get 5. We're going
Yeah.
11 to play. Man.
There's 3.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
5 in play, and there's 6 on the baseline.
I did
Yeah,
this
I
as
don't know
a
what to
joke
tell you.
the other day, but they figured it out pretty quickly.
Maybe one of them's nailed down.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Of course, it's already funny enough that they don't seem to notice it.
No.
So, like, there's 5, like, they're both playing like, all right, I got 5, and then there's 3. Well, that doesn't make any sense on both sides.
Yeah.
One of you should be 5 and 2, and I think it should be David's, right?
One of you guys
don't
should
know.
run over there and tell him.
Right, so
No,
the graphics
No,
department...
let's not, Sven, let's not tell him. We'll just let him keep playing. No. Yeah.
Now, you gotta lie in the bed you make, you know what I mean?
That's how I hear you.
How
You
this
know what
plays
they
out.
need, Sven?
Yeah.
They need to break out their abacus.
They do. Maybe Drew did the counting on this one, because we know he can.
Yes, that's good possibility. Yeah.
There's a
He
4
probably
there.
he probably set the pitch up.
Yeah, I did. Oh, he was just gonna be clawed and came up with a single.
He had 4 right there.
He did. And
Oh,
and
no.
another single.
Why bother drilling good if that's how it's going to go?
that's Kubb for you, though.
Totally.
That totally happens all the time. Oh man.
Boy.
Maybe he should get 7 batons in this turn.
But I think maybe they should both start playing with 7.
Yeah.
There's your double. All right. 1. Oh, yeah. Another pressure clear.
Got it. And
Yep.
yep.
So I'm always, not always, but generally in the bottom bracket, and people wonder why, the early games in the bottom bracket aren't 2 out of 3. This is a good example.
Yeah, but this is the semifinals, Brad.
I know.
And these guys both, I mean, I know obviously Dan's played well. He was the #1 seed. He's basically hung in there with either defeated or tied the last 3 champions of this tournament. We all know what Davids can do. They're just both struggling. Plus, they added an extra Kubb for difficulty, so that's not going to help.
No.
But I guess my point being the turns where you don't get to attack the back line.
Yeah.
They're both struggling. They were struggling in the first game with their 8 meters.
Well, and
they're struggling with their drilling and blasting right now.
They're struggling in different ways, though. I feel like Dan's drilling pretty well. He's just coming up empty or getting singles. Mike is splashing some drills around a little bit, and missing batons here and there. But his drills aren't nearly as tight as Dan. Dan, the numbers are there for Dan. He's just not hitting it.
Yeah.
And 11 Kubbs.
Yeah. Well, there is that.
Yeah. That'll make things hard.
We've been here all day, Stu. I don't know where that extra Kubb came from.
No, I have no idea. And the first game there were 10. At least I think there were.
I think there were too.
Oh.
I didn't count because I didn't think we had to.
Yeah, one wouldn't think you have to.
No.
But apparently we might want to from now on.
Yeah.
These are things that I think it's kind of good to shed light on. This stuff does happen, even though you wouldn't expect it to. That you really need to keep on it as a player, just to make sure. Hey, are there 10 Kubbs in this game?
The thing
good
though,
questions
at
to
this
ask.
point is,
Managed
I
line by
don't even
Davids.
know. I don't even know what
Happens.
Yeah, I don't even know what you would do at this point, because if you said, wait a second, we've got 11 Kubbs, 11 Kubbs.
Well, it looks like David's knocked down 3 8s from the graphics department's count.
Yeah.
So technically, one of those should be gone off that baseline if the graphics department is correct. Again, we've been talking about all sorts of Squirrels and Magic Eye and Nordic Tracks and all sorts of stuff, so we have no idea, which is kind of hilarious. But based on if we trust the graphics department, we know they might be salty about their budget getting cut for the satellite department, but I don't know, man. This is another good drill.
Even if they're salty about the
he's got a line.
Oh, he's got an advantage line.
Maybe the graphics department has just put in that 6 Kubb for.
Yeah, maybe they snuck out there.
Yeah.
They hired Cousin Dave to sneak out there. Nice.
Oh, there
Nasty
you go.
Blasty, it should be, even though it's on the line, but they didn't give it to him either.
No. Well, it's against the rules to get a Nasty Blasty.
He's in the red zone with 11 Kubbs. Wow, that was a nice shot.
That was with authority.
With authority, yes.
I was surprised Mike didn't go for that long double from the corner on a second to last one.
Yeah, I wasn't paying enough attention to tell you the truth.
You got one on the last one, but there was a line there, but
yeah.
And I'm surprised he didn't go for it earlier.
Yeah.
I thought we were out of this, and now we're not. That first one was so emphatic on that first shot. I was like, well, he's going to hit 2 more.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
That was a good one, too.
He scared it. He scared it on the...
and
he scared it again.
Wow.
Survives
nice.
The torch. That is a great feel.
Smooching it left and right.
All right, so I guess now
So now
we
we got
have
what Mike is
7
drawing, what,
play.
15?
7
15, 16 now? Something like that?
like that. 7 with the he's got the advantage line coup that's way off the corner.
It's batons. That's the right stake back
Yeah,
to play.
right number of batons, but 7 coups. 7 and 3 is usually in this scenario your opponent would be baseline clear.
Yes.
But not today. Or
Nope.
it's like extra innings in baseball. Except for
Almost
extra
a neighbor.
Yeah, that thing was flirting with it.
Well, this is why you tune in to catch
Mhm.
unique play.
Oh, this is some unique play. I'll give you
The
that.
random 11 coup match.
Yeah.
If there was a coup squirrel here, I would blame them, because the coup squirrel. I could see them sneaking a coup on the field. Cousin Dave, I still don't trust.
Whoa,
He's back there.
That was nice.
He might have put on the leprechaun suit and just gone for it. I don't know.
They got that triple, but that other one's still by itself, so it's still going to
Yeah,
take
so it
3.
doesn't.
Yeah, he needs a double here. Oh, he needs a triple there. I forgot
He's
we're
hit
playing
back.
at 7, not 6.
No, I think we've got 8.
8 play.
Well, because it's the graphics department says 7
Sailed that one.
plus the extra.
Yeah, the extra's
There
on
you
the
go.
baseline right now.
Almost.
The extra is on Mike's baseline. He should have 2.
I
He's
am,
got 3.
yeah, I am beyond confused and wasn't paying attention for multiple turns. So yeah, no idea what's going on. So what? So there's 7 field coups. So that's right.
Maybe we
That's
should
good.
roll the tape back. Did Bob and Drew play with 9?
Could be. Possibility.
They're right next door. Yeah, who knows what happened?
Yeah, who knows? Huh?
There is 9 on the pitch next door. 2 in the back.
Oh God.
1 up
Maybe
behind the king.
maybe they drove one over there and they picked it up. Not even.
Yeah,
thinking.
I think I count 9 over there.
Yeah, it's hard
6
for
on
me
the
to
pile,
see.
1 behind the king, and 2 in the back line.
Oh boy.
I think no. There's 2 on the baseline.
Yeah.
There's 1 that's a
But-
advantage line on the right
Yep.
side of the king.
Yeah, and then there's
1,
B6
2,
in play.
3,
6.
4 right by the king. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting 10. I think there's 2 right by the king.
I think those are batons.
That's a baton.
Oh, could be. Well, who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Because we know how that match ended. It was the one on the left is a penalty coup. The other one's that last coup that Drew couldn't knock down and got blocked out.
Yeah.
He left the line at 8 in play because Bob was baseline clear. So maybe
I think they picked one up.
and maybe on that last blast, Bob knocked one over and they over towards their pitch and they picked it up.
Yeah, it could be.
It's a mystery.
Or they're just playing extreme coup rules.
Extreme. We need to.
ESPN the Ocho.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put like a prize on this video. Like if you figure this out and put a comment on
that's it right
comment
there.
on the YouTube video, we will send you some
comments.
swag or something.
Yeah, we'll send you comment on the video because I think
You
that
gotta-
drives the
We
algorithm.
want you to tag the minute this happens. You can
Yes.
tag in the video in your comment of where it happened. Like I want somebody to tag in the comment where it happened, and the first person that gets it right, we'll send you something.
I'll send you some Raleigh Kubb stickers.
Maybe
Autograph the 11th coup. Send it over to you guys overseas.
maybe Stu. Maybe we should autograph a picture of Meatloaf and send it to him.
Ooh, that's a good idea right there.
You and me.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. And some Raleigh Kubb
A
stickers.
juicy loaf and Raleigh Cube stickers.
May all your loaves be juicy.
Yes. So that's what we're gonna put out there. Somebody
Yep.
needs to figure out this mystery. And
I tell you what, since there's only 15 people who watch this.
well, we have 22 subscribers, and Brett's gonna be 23 here. in a minute.
23 subscribers.
Oh,
Yeah, 23. Yeah, you go ahead and even if somebody's already done it, you comment down there. I'll send you some Raleigh Kubb stickers. But the first person to do that gets
Yes.
the Meatloaf autographed. Well, not by Meatloaf, by Stu and Sven,
Yes.
along with some stickers.
And and Brett is eligible for this contest. I think he should be.
Sure.
I mean, he's just as in the dark as we are. So.
Yeah. I don't even remember how we picked it up. I think it was you that figured it out.
Well, I was looking at the graphics department, and I'm like, wait a second here. I think you just because you said there was 5 in play. I'm like, no, there can't be. It has to be 4 based on the baseline situation. I'm like, no, he's grouping out. He grouped out 5, so there was 1 extra Kubb. But
now here's the thing: when you comment down there, don't tell anybody else, because the people who watch like the first 20 minutes of the video, they need to be in the dark as to what happens later.
These are for the hardcore viewers that stuck around to the end, and we know who you are.
Yeah, that's right.
We know who our loyal fans are.
You've entered the Matrix.
Yeah.
We got all your information.
But you don't have a sideline reporter that can at least just go pick up the audio for when.
We need like Aaron Andrews to start covering Kubb or
I just
something.
met her.
I don't know. Somebody.
Brett, it's funny that you say that about the. Brett, you say the sideline reporter and somebody with a microphone. We actually had a microphone for this tournament.
What happened to that audio, Stu?
The microphone didn't work. So
Cousin Dave went on for a while on that one. He was
and Cousin Dave was pure gold. Unfortunately, we didn't get the audio. So
almost a squirrel.
The logistics department failed us on that one.
Blew it. It's probably still under protest, not a pressure clear. Oh yeah, it is
pressure clear.
Pressure
it
clear.
wouldn't have been
And almost had a squirrel.
Yep,
almost had a squirrel.
Squirrel and meatloaf. I'm using both of those.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the squirrel.
All right.
I like the meatloaf too.
I think I can't take credit for the squirrel. I swear that came out of like somewhere like maybe St. Paul Kubb Society or something. It came out of Minnesota somewhere. As far as that's where I heard it.
I need to, what's his name? Phil has a book out there, and I believe in the first edition of the book, it's got a glossary. I wonder if squirrel's in there.
I think he's going to have to put out a second edition because I think we've added quite a few terms to the glossary.
He's got a second edition. He's already got a second edition.
No,
that's
a whole second.
Third.
No, he needs a second edition on the first book with the glossary.
Yeah.
I know he's got 2 books.
Yeah, just update the
Just add some terms in. I mean, we've. I think we've done our part here to go deep. We got the nasty blasty. We got the meatloaf. If squirrel's not in it, it should be.
So how do you define a nasty blasty? Because it's just it's kind of in the eye of the beholder.
It's in the eye of the committee, unfortunately, and so it is a little bit of a mystery. But it's just filthy Kubb is what it is. Just downright filthy Kubb.
I think it's just kind of like, what is it? The definition of indecency or whatever. I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. Speaking
of filthy Kubb, big clear there by Davids to push him back to the baseline, at least make him win this from 8 meters. I wouldn't put it past Davids to sneak the 11th Kubb in too. I mean,
you think so?
Yeah. I mean, he wants to make his 4th straight final. He's doing everything. He'll do anything. He'll do everything he can to do it. So he claimed earlier today that he had beat Dan Corey earlier, which we know didn't happen. So you never know.
And did you notice he took off the magic eye jacket?
Wouldn't it be crazy if there was a situation? Your kids ever watch Dora the Explorer with the one character that always is what character is that? Sneaking around.
Nice triple.
The one that's sneaking around messing with stuff all the time. I forget what the character name is, but
Curious George?
No, Dora the Explorer. What's the
Dan in the
It's like a Zorro squirrel basically. He's running around. What if something like that happened? Like some Zorro squirrel ran in, took a Kubb, put it on the baseline, nobody noticed it, and we catch it on video. We catch it. Yeah, look, we catch it on video though.
Man. Well, we'll find out when somebody puts it in the comments.
What if it was like a Sasquatch? Something crazy.
Oh my goodness! I'd hope we see that. Oh,
there he goes.
Dan with a shot
He's
at the king.
got one left.
Dan with a shot at the king to go to the finals and compete for his first shovel.
Winning Kubb's first 11 Kubb match. He did it.
Wow, how about that? Good for Dan. Dan is on his way to the finals in his first ever scuffle for the shovel. He will be playing Bob Hikus.
Yeah.
1.1, 24, 1.0, 16. Yikes. That's a tough. That's tough. I know.
That's a match you don't want an extra Kubb in, right there.
No, but the thing is, both of these guys are way better than that. So that sets up championship match. Dan against Bob, the 1 seed against the 2 seed, and then in the third place match we've got Drew and Mike. And as we talked about earlier, Dave Cantwell and Lee Northrup playing in the final for the silver bracket, and Bryant playing in the third place match. Real good showing for him.
There's the main.
Look at that hair. Oh man, that is good stuff.
Glorious.
Oh, so jealous. So jealous. So, Brett, thanks for joining us. Thanks for giving us an update on all things Energy City Kubb, and good luck with the tournament coming up, the Illinois Championship, as well as the your Tuesday night league. Great having you here. I really appreciate you making the time for us.
Hey, and good luck on that contest. Hope you come out with a winner there.
Yep.
Well, I'm curious. I hope you guys get a reaction shot and inform them when you let them know there's 11 Kubbs out there.
Oh, they will be hearing about this.
Oh, I thought you meant a reaction shot of when the person opens up the signed Meatloaf picture.
That as well.
That will be beautiful.
That'd be big time. All right, so
you guys have me. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get to play together sooner than later, and
definitely.
I'm gonna go watch 23 other hours.
Absolutely, that's the way to do it. So so join us next week. We're going to have the finals next week. Bob Hikus, Dan Corey for their name on the shovel. Dan going for his first, Bob going for his second. Should be a beauty. Sven, anything else to say?
No, I'm just looking forward to that mystery unraveling. I appreciate Brett coming out. It was good talking to him, and I think there's only one last thing left to do there, Stu.
Bazooka. Brett, you want to say bazooka? We say bazooka at the end.
Give it a good. No, yeah, you can go a little harder than that. Come on. Give it everything you got.
You're from Chicago, outside.
Bazooka.
There you go. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.